All right, guys, welcome to another video. Today I have a special guest that I was trying to bring for a long time, a few weeks now. We had some struggles, but finally it happened. We have Lailama from Helium10, a brand evangelist there, and she has a background of photography. She did more than 100 products for Amazon sellers, more than 100 listings. She has 3 years experience in e-commerce and over 300 product listings, optimizations, and consulting for Amazon sellers. Welcome, Lailama. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on. How about
Yes,
yourself? How are you doing?
of course. Thank you for coming, and I'm doing great. Yes, it's a nice day here in Florida, and I know in Canada is also a nice day. So
Getting
happy
better.
we finally made it. And today, um, we are going to talk about the new listing optimization tool by Helium10 that, according to you, is going to replace or already replaced the Scribbles tool that I showed in many of the videos here. We'll try, if the time will allow us, to cover how to start a new listing using this tool, making sure that all the keywords and everything that we need to put there is there. And if we have time, also going over an existing listing to try to optimize it, because we all know that keyword changing constantly, or maybe we didn't do a great job at the beginning and we need to optimize it again. So hopefully we'll have time for that as well. So yeah, if you're ready, you can share the screen and show us about this amazing tool. And if you don't have Helium10 already, definitely get one. We can put the discount link at the description.
Sounds good. Okay, so this is what the listing builder tool is, which is our listing optimization tool. And we will be sunsetting the Scribbles tool soon. And this is a new and improved version. As you will see along this video, there are additional features and some very cool things that we've added here, some extra capabilities that will allow you to do a lot more stuff. So you'll find out what the new features are throughout the tool, and we will also go over how to use this tool.
Is that for elite members, or it's open for everyone?
It's open for everyone.
Okay,
so
okay,
everyone should have access to it.
All right, so as long as you have Helium10, you will have access to that. And how do you get to this tool, like from the menu? You just go to tools and it should, where it is.
Absolutely. So you go to tools, you hit listing builder,
Okay.
and over here, you're going to see a bunch of listings if you've already uploaded a listing or you're syncing it. But if not, you will just hit add a listing and then create from scratch if you aren't already using this tool, or if you have a listing that is already present on Seller Central, you'll go to Connect Seller Central and go from there. But in this case, because we are starting from scratch, you want to make sure you select the right marketplace. And if you have an ASIN already, you can enter it here and hit start building. Then you can add in a bunch of keywords that you've saved in my list. So you can either add it from here, or we can show you how to add those later as well.
I see that it says also like get keyword suggestions. So you put like a keyword and then it suggests, or it knows the product and then it's giving you the words, the keywords. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a great question. So this, what you can do is put in your ASIN or any ASIN that is a competitor, if you don't already have one, to the top competitors, and it will suggest with the, you might have used the Cerebro tool, and that tool kind of shows you who your competitors are, and then based on that particular algorithm, it's going to suggest some keywords. You can even add it in manually here if you haven't already created a list of keywords.
Nice. So before, what I used to do, I would go to Cerebro separately, open a new tab and get the keywords from there, and just here it's nicer because it's like in one place, one interface. You don't have to jump through windows. It's like a more productive way to do.
That is actually a great point, Tomer, because a lot of the times we're moving from one tool onto another. That's kind of what we do at Helium10, and there's so many tools. So what I like to do is save every list of keyword into my list keywords, and that way you can really import, export from one tool onto the other. So make sure you save your keywords here and it'll streamline the process. So almost all our tools will allow you to export or import from this list.
Wow. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. All right. So now coming on to this tool, usually you'll have like a bunch of keywords that you've already set for yourself. Those will appear here, and I can show you another window which showcases this keyword bank. So you can at this point, you have done your keyword research and you're ready to start building your listing. So you'll have individual word phrases and you'll also have the long tail keyword phrases. So they will be sorted out into two categories. The phrases are going to be sorted out by search volume. So the ones in red have the highest search volume. And then if it's black or gray, this color, that means that it has the lowest search volume. In this case, we don't have a lot of low search volume keywords, which is why it's not showing up as gray. So it color codes it for you, which is very helpful because, then you know which words to prioritize and target.
Yeah, with Scribbles, I couldn't do that. So that's a really nice new feature there. Oh, there.
Yeah, and then words are sorted by word frequency. So that is being taken from phrases. So the word coffin is being, is the most commonly occurring word, which is why it's color coded in red. So it gives you a lot of, these minute little details or pieces of information that can be very helpful. And I'll show you another cool trick. If you hit this toggle,
okay,
all the
that's
words,
nice.
yeah. You
I
already
hated when I had to, it's like crossed and then you have to scroll down, and this is amazing. This is nice.
Yes. So, it makes it so much easier to view which keywords you haven't already targeted. So that's a great thing about this tool as well.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
So what are the best ways to do your research for keywords? Like Cerebro, it's a good one. I know Cerebro is now combined with Brain Analytics too. So do I have to go to Brain Analytics separately, or what do you think it's the best way? Or just use the import from the beginning, the first step, where you put like 2 or 3. You're limited to 2 competitor ASINs, or it's like more than that?
So in Cerebro, the great thing is you can enter up to 10 ASINs.
Yes.
So 10 competitors,
Yes.
You can enter 1 up to 10. So it's really up to you. And,
no, this tool at the beginning, I think it said 2, the import keyword, you could put 2 competitors here, but I guess it works
right.
with the Cerebro engine. So do I still need to go directly to Cerebro, or can just use put 10 ASINs here? It won't allow me.
That is a good question. Ideally, if you're feeling lazy and you want to add some extra keywords, I would say, you can go to keyword suggestions, but
it's
because
up
it
to
is 10. Yeah, 2 to 10.
Okay, perfect.
So you could do it here. If you wanted to get some keyword suggestions and you're like in a bit of a rush and lacking ideas, but I would still recommend, like, if you're doing keyword research from scratch, go to Cerebro, enter your ASINs. It's also got so many different filters that will allow you to find keywords according to what you think is opportunity.
Relevancy.
Right?
Yeah.
And relevancy too. So try to play around with that. If it's something you're optimizing further, in that case, or like adding 1 or 2 extra keywords, then you can absolutely use this particular feature.
Yes. Okay, great.
Yeah. And I actually wanted to touch base on one other thing. We also give you a listing analysis. So all of these keywords that we've input, its total search volume is 23,000. So if you don't target all of these keywords, it'll show you like, hey, you have the potential to add in 23,000 search volume to your listing, but you've only targeted 11,000 so far. So, it gives you that reminder, keeps you on your toes, like you can target for more. Obviously, I'm not suggesting you keyword stuff, but maybe prioritize your keywords in a way where you can target the one with the highest search volume, or there's a really other like cool way of getting the most out of your keywords, which is, so you'll see here, it says Coffin shelf for wall. There's also one called coffin shelf. So if you type in coffin shelf for wall here, it'll target both the keywords. So
Both.
that's
Yeah. Yeah.
a trick to keyword stuff without really keyword stuffing. So that's one of my tricks to like
Yeah.
get as many keywords in.
And this is honestly, I used the tool that for almost a year that did the same thing, and it was a game changer. It's much more expensive than Helium 10, and it's not like for everyone, but everyone, like any Amazon seller should have Helium 10. But take advantage of this. This is like really like the future. Who is going to analyze data and gonna rank for more keywords is going to win. It's simple statistics and numbers, and you have this great tool makes the job much easier. Like here you see, like you're not showing, or your listing don't include terms that are required like for like 12,000 search volume. So that's really amazing.
And another thing that I like about this tool is it gives you, like, if it's a complete beginner and you don't know what to do, like what the best practices are, it gives
Yes.
you like industry-wide best practices.
Yes.
But and it's like it's super helpful because if you're just starting out and you don't know, just hit the bulb icon. It'll show you a bunch of tips, things to avoid, things to do. And the better your listing is, the more optimized it is, the higher chances of success. And speaking of data, actually, I want to touch base on one other point. You know how it gives you these characters and everything? They're soft limits. So you don't, if you exceed the 228 characters, this tool is not going to stop you, but it'll go red. Okay.
Mhm.
But one thing to keep in mind is your bullet points in total need to be 1,000 characters. So this will show you how many characters you have. And so added up in total, your bullet points need to be 1,000. And the reason I say it has to be 1,000 is because we've ran so many tests where after the 1,000 character limit in your bullet points, you are not going to be ranked for any keywords that you input in there. So make sure that it's up to 1,000, because after that, even if you're entering the best keywords, it doesn't matter because you're not going to be ranked for it. And if you're not ranked for it, that kind of takes away from the purpose of doing keyword research.
Yes.
So each bullet can be any, like this can be 250, this can be 150, but in total, it should be 1,000 characters. So that's
Yes.
one thing to keep in mind.
Very good point. I knew about it, but a lot of sellers don't know it. And yeah, like you said, after this certain character limit, it's just not gonna index, not just rank. It's like invisible to Amazon. They ignore it pretty much.
And I think I think you will agree with me on this. You have a similar mantra of like work smart, not hard. So look at all the data, like there's so much information out there, and some of it is not backed up by data. So just try to see, are there any studies done to verify this, like the 1,000 character limit? So many people have, maybe you yourself have tried it out, Tomer, where like after the 1,000 you're not getting ranked. So just make sure that whatever information you're consuming from the internet, that is backed up by some kind of small case study or some kind of data.
That's so true. That's
Yeah.
just true.
Okay, so again, going back to this tool, I wanted to mention another cool thing, and I certainly have seen this across some US and Canadian marketplaces where they have completely gotten rid of the subject matter field. And as we all know, this is one of the top 3 spots to get your, to get ranked for a keyword. So what do you do? Well, if you are uploading your listing directly from Seller Central, you may not, being in a certain product category or in a certain marketplace, you may not have access to subject matter anymore. So if you're using the listing builder tool, it's going to allow you to rank for these keywords or index for them at least. So whatever keyword you put in here, it's gonna allow you to rank for it. And if you want to double check this information, again, when I said all the information needs to be backed up by some data. So what you can do is go to our index checker tool, put in a unique keyword here that you do not have in your entire listing, and then go back to index checker and maybe around like a 24-hour time limit, after 24 hours, put in that unique keyword and enter your ASIN, and you will see that you're being indexed for it. So you're going to be searchable for that keyword. So that's your way of running a study yourself, whether this particular field within listing builder helps your listing or not. Are you being ranked for, sorry, are you being indexed for this keyword? So
That's amazing. And I
that's another.
think that's because this tool work, I see you have to connect it with your API access, and probably it doesn't show on the Amazon backend, but through the API you can still update it. That's really nice, a nice benefit, because not a normal seller would have a lot of trouble to get access to API. In my case, I did, because I build like custom tools to our business, like that require API, but it's not that easy. Like you have to go through applications and stuff. So this is a great benefits to have. This is really nice.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that you can do it through the API. So that's nice.
Yeah, like I personally am not super tech savvy like you. So I wouldn't be able to figure out what API, where do I have to go? I'd be lost. So, you know, if you want to make things simple, just download, like sync your listing through Listing Builder, and it's so much easier.
Oh, that's true. That's really nice. And you know, when you run out of space, this is the place to put the extra keywords to rank for, index for, that you couldn't fit in a title, bullet. So the search term or the subject matter is a really nice place to put those.
Absolutely, absolutely. It works wonders for ranking.
So when you're done with it, what you go, you just click on sync to Amazon, and it's like doing that for you, like, or how long does it take, like I would normally do it, like on Center Central?
Yeah, so you hit sync to Amazon, and it shows already connect your Seller Central, sync your Seller Central. So once you have your Seller Central synced, like you put in your ASIN and everything, it will directly sync it to Amazon for you. So you upload this, hit sync, and it's automatically done. It should appear within 24 hours. Your listing should be updated within 24 hours. So you don't have to do anything else in Seller Central. Although there is one thing, we have the 5 bullet points here, right? So if you add any additional bullet point, like a 6th or 7th one, those you will have to manually input into Seller Central. But if you're staying within the 5 bullet points and just doing your description, search terms, everything from here, not a problem. You know, it'll sync automatically for you.
That's really cool. So there's a lot of new features here that you know, I'm not going to use scribbles anymore after this. So, you know, this is gonna save you time, and you know, it's all about being productive, because sometimes, you know, when something is complicated, you just postpone it. You know, you're like, oh, I'm not gonna deal with it. But when it's so easy, it's just no brainer. Like you said, you have to work smart. And like, as far as investment, like how much time you're gonna put to what it can give you after you make sure all the keywords are there, this is like the best ROI that you can get, and especially now with these tools. So yeah, definitely check it out. And Lailama, can you show us, this is another question, that you know, a lot of people, I did a video about this, but like manually, not that easy as this method is. But if you want to create your own or change your canonical URL, how do you do it from this tool?
Yeah, so it's pretty easy. Like I said, you just have to like sync it directly to Amazon. So your product title, in order to create a canonical URL, you want to make sure that you have 5 words. So let's say I'm doing Manny's mysterious, let's say I'm doing Manny's mysterious oddities. I will
Okay.
put in the name of the brand and then 2 more words left, because you want to make sure that there's a total of 5 words first. So
Okay.
coffin shelf, and then hit this dash button, and then you can continue writing about spooky decor, whatever the rest of your keywords are. But the
Okay.
first 5 words is what's gonna become your canonical URL. So before you put the dash, make sure you put in your brand name and then additional whatever number of words is left. In my case, there were only 2 words left, so I put in coffin shelf. And when you sync directly to Amazon, it's gonna show up as your canonical URL.
Okay. And then so honestly, if it's a new listing, I suggest you do this first, and maybe then after you have the canonical URL set, change it to something, you know, with all the keywords and all of that. Because, you know, sometimes you just want the canonical URL to, you know, get the benefits of SEO, outside traffic, search engine, stuff like that. But it's not really the best converting, like, start or a way to start your listing, right? So that's what I do usually. I create the listing with the keywords I want to stop, and then I edit and change it.
Yeah,
Just
not in
not with
every
the
case.
dash,
Like in
right?
this case,
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
So just without the hyphen, so because it will reset it, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another way of doing it. In this case, coffin shelf was a very good keyword.
Yeah.
So we could put it, but like you mentioned, like in everyone's case, that's probably not going to be the best keyword to put out there. Like, what are the chances that your brand name and the keywords are going to be a total of 5 words, right? So
Yes,
yeah, that makes
yes.
a lot
Or
of
maybe
sense.
it's a really high competitive keyword that you have like not
Yeah.
a great chance to rank at the beginning. So you start with something easier, you know?
Correct. Something with maybe lower search volume, but is that lower hanging fruit that you think you can find opportunity in. I completely agree with that.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you, Laima. It was really nice presentation and demo. I really liked it. I learned a lot. I'm sure a lot of people will learn and start using it because it's an really, you know, like fresh new stuff that you get that was really hard to do before. It takes, you know, much longer than what it's gonna take you right now with this amazing tool. Start using it. It's really no brainer. Just put your listing or even for new ones and you have all the suggestions. I like the hide search terms that you already used, so you can see only what's left there, but the canonical URL and all this, you know, great tips. So thank you, really appreciate it. And you know, we had more stuff to talk about. Hopefully, you can come again in the future.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'd love to be on again. And I hope that people got some value out of this video.
Of course, thank you. You have a great day.